Hi everybody, Frank Verney here. I want to welcome you to another edition of Real Estate Help by Frank, and I hope you're having a really good day. A lot of people are asking me, whatever happened to all the foreclosed homes that were supposed to hit the market? Well, when banks pulled back on foreclosures 2 years ago following the government investigation into faulty paperwork and robo-signing, many experts thought the lull would be followed by a storm. They believed that once the banks resolved the claims that were piling up in the courts and worked through their backlog of foreclosures, tens of thousands of houses would hit the market, driving down prices for years to come. They also thought that after the state settlement with the 5 major banks this past February, these properties would become available. Well, it hasn't happened. Instead, the U.S. home inventory has shrunk to the lowest level in a decade, while prices have appreciated at the fastest pace since 2005. An index of pending home resales compiled by the National Association of Realtors climbed 5.2% in October. The median price of an existing home sold in October jumped 11% from a year earlier. That's the steepest annual increase since November of 2005. Now, one reason for this was that in the wake of the settlement, banks were compelled to cut more deals with strapped homeowners. Since March, the banks have provided loan relief to over 310,000 borrowers, and over 25,000 of these had principal forgiveness. And more than 113,000 borrowers have won bank approval for their short sales. Federal government loan modification programs are also gaining traction as the economy improves and fewer reworked loans are defaulting. Record low interest rates have triggered a spike in mortgage refinancing, which has helped homeowners stay current on their loans by lowering their monthly payments. Now, at the same time, institutional investors, including Blackstone Group and Colony Capital, have been purchasing thousands of foreclosure homes in bulk before they even hit the market, and then they're renting the properties out instead of reselling them. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York had estimated that as many as 1.8 million properties would foreclose in 2012. Yet through October, there have only been about 560,000 foreclosures. Now, by delaying and prolonging the foreclosure process, the market has had time to stabilize and get back on its feet. Maybe bureaucracy is actually helping to diffuse the impact of the foreclosures. Talk about unintended consequences. Now, it still may be a little early to pronounce the housing slump over. Almost a quarter of all U.S. homeowners with a mortgage still owe more than their homes are worth, making these homeowners still candidates for future defaults. The inventory of potential foreclosures remains a threat across the U.S., especially if the economy slows. There are still too many variables to say that we're over the hump, especially with the fiscal cliff issues, some European countries still approaching default, and social and political unrest in many parts of the world. Any or all of these could derail our progress, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for the moment, it looks like that we may be headed in the right direction. Now, if you found this useful and someone you know could use the information, please forward or share it with them. I'd also appreciate any comments below. And by all means, please subscribe to receive further updates. Feel free to contact me if you could use my help or have additional questions. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, and have a good holiday.